Yo, how y'all doing today? I know it's been a while, but let's get right to it. Today I'm going to discuss these two officers from Lynchburg, Virginia that was charged with shooting inside a home. Let me give you the rundown of what happened. It was February 17th of this year, about 1:15 a.m. They went to investigate a house that they seen the door open, cracked, or what may have you. They said they went to the door. They stated themselves, LPD. Then they heard some footsteps coming to them, loud footsteps. They saw the owner peek around the corner and slam the door. They took the sound of the door sounding as a gunshot. So they shot 4 times in the door, hitting the owner in his leg, shattering his leg. Due to the blood loss, he lost sight in one of his eyes and he's partially blind in the other one. And they'd be going in and out. And that was their reason for shooting in there, because he slammed the door. Now, they was charged originally with 3 felony counts of reckless handling of a firearm resulting in bodily injury, unlawful wounding, and unlawful shooting at an occupied domicile, which is a house. After they pled no contest, then the charge was reduced down to misdemeanors. One count of reckless handling of a firearm, 12 months in jail, all time suspended, plus 100 hours community service, which has to be done within the year, March of 2020. And they got to pay the victims court costs, and they're on unsupervised probation. As of right now, while the investigation is still on, they are on unpaid administrative leave. Why aren't they fired? Isn't it a certain protocol that each officer supposed to conduct themselves in? Do officers know that they are here to protect and serve the public and not shoot up whoever they think they is a threat or something? Like, how can you go to a door? First, you go to the door, you don't have no lights on your car. You could have talked on your loudspeaker. You could have even got the address and see if you could have called the house or anything of that nature. But because somebody slammed the door, after they saw a gun in their face, they slammed the door. That gives you the right to shoot 4 times in there. That man's life would never be the same. He blind in one eye. He lost a lot of blood. Now, we all know what's the next step. They already took their guilty plea with no contest. They're gonna get off with the little charges they have, but more than likely they probably still remain on the force. And then the guy, his family, has had a wife upstairs that was pregnant and 2 sons in there. What if one of those was hit? Only thing they can do, only thing the city of Lynchburg probably do is give them some money. Now, how can you be found, how can you get off this light on a charge but still be awarded, the family still be awarded money? Now, reverse the roles. What if he shot back after they started shooting him and he shot one of them? He would have been in the wrong. They would have flipped it some way. Like, how many times have we seen this on TV in different spots out throughout the country? This ain't just Lynchburg. It ain't the Commonwealth state. It's every police station need to retrain their officers. It's almost like shoot first, ask questions later, or you're guilty until proven innocent. When it's supposed to be the opposite way around. I can't wrap my mind around how most officers does the same thing. Like, this is a recurring thing. The bad part about it is usually people of color that's getting shot. Quick disclaimer, that both officers was white. It was a female and a male, and the guy who got shot, who owned the home, he was white too. But that's rare. It's usually black people getting shot on camera. We see what's happening. What happened to pulling out the taser? Unless somebody is actually shooting at you. We've also seen videos with people them charge their cops with knives, swords, even had guns in their hand. The shooter in South Carolina, I ain't even gonna call his name, it's punk ass, but shot up the church. He was apprehended peacefully. But if they see somebody in any kind of neighborhood they deem as a threat, they are killed on the spot and their first defense is, I feared for my life. Now this right here is what most cops use as a defense. This is this was the statement from the LPD. This incident highlights the fact that police officers around the country are asked to make split-second, life-changing decisions every day, often based on limited and incomplete information available at the time. Well, take time to learn something. If you're chasing somebody, if they are running from you and they're not trying to shoot at you, what would give you the right to shoot them? We seen that the people in Chicago, he was running around the corner and put his hands up, still with gun down in the back. But because he had did something prior, that gives you the right to shoot him down? Like, when are we as a people are gonna start putting people in place to change these laws, rules, and regulations to the way officers are trained into what they are doing right and doing wrong? We are seeing this too many times. We're seeing too many protests, too many marches, too many convictions too many guilty, too many incidents happening where it seems like they are dead to right wrong, but then once they go to the courthouse, they're exonerated, but then the city still pays the family in a civil suit. So you're telling me you don't want to charge the cop, but the city still has to pay that money, which comes from our taxes. So I got to pay for the officer doing something wrong. You have to pay for the officer doing something wrong. I cannot find the logic in that. We need to stand up. We need to elect people who is going to help out everybody. Because it's mostly happening to black people, but this isn't a race issue. It's an everybody issue. This is something that everybody should be a part of, especially if you're if you're a pro officer. Then what happened to the officer standing up saying, look, this officer did wrong. We need to make sure that every officer is held accountable for their action. Vice versa. They want us to be held accountable for our actions. If I make a quick move in the car, I got an opportunity to get shot. A real high chance of getting shot, probably because I'm a black man, and they're going to fear me anyway just because of that reason. Leave your comments. Let me know how you feel. I'll probably come back with another video. I need to step it up, do a little bit more and more each day, more current events. But there's something right here that rubbed me the wrong way. How they just went to this man's house, assumed it was suspicious activity, and ended up shooting through the door and ending this man for the rest of his life. Y'all have a nice day. Take it easy. And remember, tomorrow starts a new day. Think about it tonight. Wake up in the morning and change your life.